This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. A snow-filled evening for southern Wisconsin. It started as a rainy mix this afternoon, but has transitioned to snow as of this evening.
Well, we have team coverage. Madeline O'Neill keeping an eye on the current road conditions out there and what it could mean for the morning commute. But first, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. He's in the Weather Center, and he has the latest on when it'll end and how much we can expect when it does end, Gary.
Well, Eric, so far we have about a little over 2 inches here at the station. The first band of heavier snow is now lifted into central Wisconsin, back toward the La Crosse area, and it's kind of rotating back toward the northwest. There's been a second band of snow lifting out of northern Illinois. It's been weakening a little bit as it pushes into far southern Wisconsin, but this second band of snow could bring at least a little bit of additional accumulation. I think once all of that lifts to the north later on after midnight, most of the accumulating snow will be over with, but we could transition to a mix of flurries and freezing drizzle that could lead to some slippery road surfaces. Visibility right now, 2.5 miles in Madison, also 2.5 miles in Monroe, so that second band is weakening. The heavier snow back toward the La Crosse area now, where the visibility is still about a half mile in moderate snow. Winter weather advisories remain in effect till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for Dane County, areas immediately to the west and to the north, west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. That advisory runs until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening for additional freezing drizzle during the day tomorrow. High temperatures today, mid to upper 30s over southern Wisconsin before the snow started and temperatures dropped. Now those temperatures are right around freezing, or in some cases just a little bit above or below that. Still cold enough for snow. By tomorrow morning, we're down to just some flurries and some patchy freezing drizzle. That'll be the case through the day tomorrow with a high temperature of 34. As you can see, temperatures don't move very much, but the good news is we'll still see some flurry chances into the weekend, but it won't be heavy snow. I'll have more details and weather in a few minutes.
Okay, Gary, thank you. Now, the city of Janesville has declared a winter emergency. That went into effect at the top of the hour. This means all parked vehicles must be removed from city streets until they have been completely cleared of snow and ice, or your vehicle could be ticketed or towed.
More City of Madison plow trucks are currently out clearing the streets and salting, first focusing on main thoroughfares. They say prior to this snowstorm, thanks to favorable road and weather conditions, the Streets Division was able to pre-treat several roads.
Well, let's go live to Maddie O'Neill, who's along the Beltline tonight with an update on our current road conditions. Maddie?
We've got some fairly big flakes out here, and it's definitely snowing more heavily than it was even just an hour ago. Now we're testing it for you. It's that wet snow, the good kind of packing snow if you're itching to get out and build a snowman, have a snowball fight tomorrow. This is good snow for that. Right now we're just right off of the Beltline here. Things seem to be moving pretty well along. As you mentioned, there are those plow trucks out keeping those thoroughfares clear, salting when necessary. There's also 3 sand trucks out taking care of the spots that aren't on the salt route. Now, for more residential streets, you might have to wait for those to get plowed. Those likely won't be plowed unless we get 3 or more inches here. Now, driving here, I did see a snow plow. I was on those side streets, which are a little bit more slick than, say, the Beltline here. So something you'll definitely want to keep in mind, not only tonight, but going into the morning as well for your commute.
All right, Maddie, thank you. And for all your road and traffic information when you're away from your TV, just download our free Channel 3000 First Warn weather and traffic app, up-to-date forecast, interactive radar, and road conditions, all for free right from your phone.
Madison's interim police chief says as of now, the department is not aware of any specific threats to the city as the country braces for possible protests in the days leading up to the presidential inauguration.
With that being said, we work very closely with our state and federal partners to maintain knowledge, situational awareness of the latest intelligence and informational assessments that those agencies are coming up with. We are in regular contact with them, and certainly any changes that we hear from them will cause us to adjust our response accordingly.
Chief Wall says the department is aware of a planned protest on Sunday, and they will be on hand to make sure things are done legally and safely. Earlier this week, the FBI put out a warning about potential armed protest at every state capitol in the country. Governor Evers has mobilized the National Guard both to the state capitol and the U.S. Capitol to help with security. The U.S. Postal Service also preparing for potential protests downtown. Spokesperson Bob Sheehan says out of an abundance of caution to prevent damage to postal equipment, a number of blue collection boxes near the Capitol are being temporarily removed from service.
As precautions are being taken at the Capitol here in Madison, Attorney General Josh Kaul of Wisconsin is warning against violence of any kind. Madeline O'Neill shares his message tonight to protesters and every Wisconsinite.
The state capitol looks a bit different ahead of Sunday,
Cautionary measures are being taken
so that it doesn't look like the U.S. Capitol did last Wednesday.
We need to make sure that that doesn't happen again, and that's why I'm glad to see that law enforcement has taken proactive steps.
Governor Tony Evers has authorized the Wisconsin National Guard to support the state's Capitol Police as the FBI warns of plans of armed protests across the country. Madison Police will work with Capitol Police as well at a unified command post to be able to respond quickly to any potential threats.
It's critical that we not have any further violence.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul is calling on the president and elected officials to play a role too.
Use their platforms to discourage people from engaging in that kind of conduct, and are clear about the underlying premise for it being false, that that there's any sort of serious problem with the election.
Kaul doesn't know of any specific threats to our Capitol, but is mindful of concerns about capitals across the country Sunday through Wednesday.
I would encourage people to stay away from the Capitol in that period of time, given the concerns that have been raised about safety.
The Attorney General is asking those who still plan to show up to keep the peace.
They're there to protest peacefully. That is a right that we'll make sure to protect. But if people are there to engage in violence or destruction, they should expect to be prosecuted.
In Madison, Madeline O'Neill, News 3 Now.
Kaul says this is an evolving situation and encourages people to follow updates from official sources.
Ongoing security concerns in Washington, D.C. has led officials to close the National Mall for Inauguration Day. But exactly when it will close and for how long hasn't been announced by the National Park Service. Thousands of people usually gather in this area to watch the swearing in, but those plans have been altered this year. President-elect Biden's advisors say the inauguration will be a virtual event and are planning a primetime TV event. This evening, Vice President Mike Pence spoke directly to a group of National Guard soldiers stationed outside of the Capitol building. 20,000 troops are expected to be in D.C. by next Wednesday.
And we're going to deliver to the American people a safe inauguration. We're going to swear in a new president, a new vice president. We're going to move our nation forward, okay? You're going to make it possible. So thank you all very much. God bless you.
The search is still on for several people who were involved in the storming of the Capitol last week. Just steps away from the Capitol, a bus stop had a digital FBI wanted poster with multiple pictures of people wanted for assault on federal officers. This week, federal officials announced they have charged more than 70 individuals so far and expect that number to rise.
President-elect Joe Biden unveiled a coronavirus and economic relief plan valued at about $1.9 trillion. The proposal would provide hundreds of billions to speed up vaccine distribution and testing, as well as help millions of financially struggling Americans. The president-elect is proposing spending some $400 billion to vaccinate Americans faster and reopen schools, among other initiatives.
Tomorrow, I will lay out our vaccination plan to correct course and meet our goal of 100 million shots at the end of my first 100 days as president. This will be one of the most challenging operational efforts we have ever undertaken as a nation.
His new proposal also includes more help for struggling Americans, including $2,000 stimulus checks and aid to small businesses and local governments. The president-elect also said he plans to take action to extend nationwide restrictions on home evictions.
Still to come tonight, your updated forecast and when we can expect the snow to come to an end. But first, 1 month to the day of the first vaccine dose in Wisconsin, an in-depth look at how distribution is going so far.
$6 million worth of top brand home furnishings must be sold at Ashley Home Store. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
I was picking the boys up after practice when they're like, can we get Quick Trip? Actually, that was my plan. What would Quick Trip's take-home meals being? As the Quick Trip lady says, freshly made and absolutely delicious. But opportunity knocked. I go, if you let Dad give you haircuts, and they say, deal. At Quick Trip, the boys are like spaghetti, chicken tenders, mac and cheese. After an easy dinner, it was time to pay the piper. Dad's like, who's next? A deal's a deal.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
Extended through January 15th. Join Planet Fitness for no enrollment. $10 a month, no commitment. 2020 is over. Start 2021 with tons of ways to get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. And spread out while you work out with cardio distancing and our new crowd meter. Plus, use our app to get moving anywhere. Your fitness is essential, so kick things off with the year's best deal. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment. Deal ends January 15th.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
Dear Winter, it's been fun getting to know you. Sleet, blizzards, ice. I love that you don't hold back. We didn't take it personally when you tried to bury us under 6 feet of snow. It's cool. You do your thing, and we'll do ours. Stay chill. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can get $500 customer cash on a new 2021 Toyota 4Runner. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
$6 million worth of furniture and mattresses must be sold at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 65% off doorbuster mattresses like these. Plus, pay as little as $25 per month, interest-free for up to 6 years on luxury sleep systems. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
Hi, folks. With snow in the forecast, we're going to be monitoring your morning commute, and we'll share 3 ways to motivate your kids for another semester online. We'll see you starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And welcome back. Developing tonight, the Janesville School District is canceling all classes next Friday. That's a week from tomorrow, so that all 1,300 employees can receive the COVID-19 vaccine. In a press release, the district says the Rock County Public Health Department is allowing the region to move to Phase 1B. That includes school district employees. However, in a statement to News 3 Now, DHS officials say teachers are not currently eligible for the vaccine. The department says they'll be following up with vaccinators who are not following guidelines, including Mercy Health, which plan to administer those vaccines.
Excitement that started 1 month ago today, the first vaccines given in Wisconsin, has faded into questions, concerns, and finger-pointing. The state lags behind many others in getting shots in arms, but there isn't one place to lay blame. Naomi Coles looks at hurdles we've crossed and ones that lie ahead.
Just some refills today?
Yep. Pharmacy staff are on the front line serving the sick.
Nope, you're good. A lot of people come in and out throughout the day. They're just on their way home from getting a test at the hospital or something.
But the smaller the store, the harder it gets when an employee tests positive.
Because we don't have the staffing to shift around from other stores.
Josh Lotz, an independent pharmacy owner, just placed a request for 50 COVID-19 vaccine doses.
The drugstore in Jefferson serves hundreds in its community. But 1 month into vaccinations, it still won't be until at least next week before staff here have vaccines of their own.
Disconnected from big health systems,
it is what it is.
Rural or independent frontline workers in Phase 1A are only starting to get their doses.
They are not easily identified or grouped in with a hospital that can say, oh, by the way, run down the hall.
A month into the rollout, Governor Evers' administration is facing criticism for such hurdles.
There's no room for delays, and there are no need for excuses.
But across the nation, states are using a patchwork of protocols. Michigan announced Monday it was moving to the next stage, 1B.
By January 11th, all counties may be.
While Minnesota won't move on until February. As early as January 6, Illinois announced who'd be part of its 1B phase,
which will cover everyone in Illinois 65 and over.
While Wisconsin still hasn't decided. We fall in the bottom third nationwide when talking about shots in arms per 100,000. But the real metric, health officials say, is herd immunity.
The ultimate measure of our success is how many people have completed their series and what percentage of the population has been covered with the vaccine to produce herd immunity.
The biggest issue for the state, not enough vaccines from the feds.
We need more vaccine to be allocated to our state.
Looking back, stakeholders identify a few key hurdles.
We were held back by
the requirement of not having adequate inventory of the vaccines.
Starting with the federal requirement that held off vaccinations in long-term care. Nursing homes statewide will finish in the next 10 days, but it could be 6 weeks at least before we can say the same about Wisconsin's 4,500 assisted living facilities. They haven't even started.
The question will be, where are we going to be on February 25th?
The head of Wisconsin's Pharmacy Association says allowing communities to move on to a new phase when they're ready could improve the rollout. Illinois, for example, does that.
The data shows it. There's a bottleneck for getting vaccine in arms.
Because in rural areas, Phase 1A may go faster than cities.
The dilemma is, do you have them wait then so we can advance as a state to the next phase? Or can we allow communities to flex as they need to?
This is not an insignificant logistics challenge.
Wisconsin Rural Health Cooperative's immunization director points to a broader problem, one lacking funding and infrastructure.
There was no one who had experience handling the vaccine and breaking it down in this state. We've underfunded vaccines in public health in this country for more than 10 years. 20, 30. That means when we come into a pandemic, things are going to be slower than any of us would like.
Vaccine rollout money was included in the latest federal relief bill, but it will be weeks yet before it reaches states. County-level officials, meanwhile, say they're hearing a lot from seniors or those at high risk, wanting to know when it's their turn.
I will not sugarcoat it. They are calling. They are unhappy. They want to know when they're going to get their vaccine and why is somebody else getting it before them.
Going forward, pharmacists stand ready, not just for shots in their own arms.
It's going to be a long road with a lot of work ahead yet.
But getting off the sidelines when it comes to giving shots to others.
I had to guess community pharmacies will play one of the biggest roles in getting it rolled out to the public, just because they're so much more accessible than going into a physician's office or doctor's office, and there's quite a few pharmacies around.
Reporting for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
For more information on the rollout online, visit channel3000.com/vaccines.
New tonight, Pope Francis and former Pope Benedict have both received the first dose of a coronavirus vaccine. In recent weeks, the 83-year-old Pope Francis has spoken several times on the subject of vaccines. Over the weekend, he said people have an ethical duty to get vaccinated. Starting on Monday, Hy-Vee stores across the country, including the 3 Madison locations, will offer COVID-19 rapid antibody testing. This test will determine if you've been previously infected with the virus. According to a release, results come in as little as 15 minutes. The cost is $25.
And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with the look at our forecast. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Charlotte. Well, the snow is starting to wind down south of Madison, still continuing from Madison on toward the north. As far as some of the snowfall totals so far, Prairie du Chien comes in at 4 inches of snow, just a little over 2 inches here at the station, 2 inches in New Glarus and Monroe, 1.5 inches in Darlington, and 1 inch in Janesville. And this is kind of lining up with what we're expecting, because what's happening is the second band of snow has weakened as it's pushed northward, where there's been a little more persistent snow farther to the north. So reports in Janesville and in Walworth County show about 1 inch of snow, and there's probably not going to be any additional accumulation there. Here in the Madison area, we're around 2 to 2.5 inches. You can see if we get some additional accumulation, it's going to be from this band moving through, and then after that, really not expecting too much. But farther to the north, there's still another band or two that may come through and give additional snow accumulation. So those areas up around the Dells might see as much as 3, 4, or 5 inches of snow. But definitely there is a drying trend down to the south. The jet stream is kind of wrapping around and drying out the air a little bit across northern Illinois. So the snow will basically drop down to flurries, but there also could be some freezing drizzle as well. So that could also complicate things and make roads slick, at least for a time later tonight into tomorrow. Visibility 2.5 miles in Madison, but notice Rockford, Illinois is now improved to 9 miles. The first band of snow now moving into western and northwestern Wisconsin, where visibilities have dropped to less than a mile. Meantime, our winds are pretty light because we're near the center of circulation of the storm. Farther out to the west, it's a different story. These are current wind gusts in the 35 to 40 mile per hour range over western Minnesota. Today, they've had wind gusts as high as almost 50 miles an hour in Fargo, North Dakota, and central and western portions of North and South Dakota have seen wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour. So that area is still under a blizzard warning. Winter weather advisories for much of Wisconsin, a winter storm warning for southeastern Minnesota, had reports around Winona, Minnesota, and Decorah, Iowa, about 6 inches of snow. But again, most of of this will just taper down to flurries and freezing drizzle overnight. The center of circulation over southwestern Wisconsin will kind of reform back to the southwest. So again, we'll be close enough to that middle part of the circulation, almost like the eye of the storm, where the winds will be relatively light here, whereas additional snow showers and the strong winds will continue those blizzard conditions out across western Minnesota and western Iowa, but it'll stay out there because as the storm weakens and then pulls off to the east, we might see another little band of snow showers and flurries tomorrow night, but by Saturday, that'll be winding down. Some flurries will continue into Sunday, and then after that, we'll just see some off and on flurry chances for the first part of next week. By Sunday night, I think most of the snow, at least for the time being, should be over with. So winter weather advisories in effect till 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for Dane County and areas immediately to the west and north. That advisory runs until 6 p.m. west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. Look for a high tomorrow of 34 degrees, so temperatures won't move very much. Just some flurries, drizzle, or freezing drizzle. On future track, those bands of snow lifting northward tonight. Notice by midnight, mainly north of Madison. By 4 p.m., most of the accumulating snow is done, and then we're just looking at some flurries or patchy freezing drizzle. 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, some flurries lingering into Sunday. Monday, Martin Luther King Day, should be dry. Some light snow showers Monday night into Tuesday. A chance of snow Thursday night into Friday. Maybe a more significant storm toward the end of next weekend as temperatures turn a little colder at the end of next week.
Gary, thank you. And just ahead in sports, the Packers come up clean on the COVID testing front. Like Coach Matt LaFleur said, he wasn't worried about today's results after yesterday's positive test. Zach's in next. He's got sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Get huge clearance prices on every brand in the store with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Only Maine delivers more satisfaction every day, like a risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee, giving you 100% confidence in your purchase. How's that for more? The Everything's on Sale sale with more selection, more savings, and more happy homes on everything. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
So, how's saving for the renovation going?
All done.
I will never understand how you do it.
Easy. She saves with BMO Harris. We give you a cash reward for every month you save.
So BMO will give me cash for saving money?
You bet.
Can the subject hold position 2, please?
How's this?
That's art.
I make saving look good.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect. Get a $5 reward every month you save $200 or more in a new BMO Statement Savings account.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob. So you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to go ahead and smile.
A surprise party, a wedding proposal, an unexpected bonus at work. Some surprises are awesome, but this, weather like this, should never be a surprise. Not when you watch News 3 Now, where you get an accurate, reliable forecast, so you're never caught off guard by the weather. Need to get up early to shovel, add time to your commute, wear boots, rebook a flight? Let News 3 Now First Warn Weather give you everything you need to know, so you can plan your life.
Good news, right? Well, that's the case in Green Bay. A day after Jared Valdir was placed on the COVID-19 list, the Packers didn't have a single player record a positive test today, and everyone was at practice. That doesn't mean they're out of the woods just yet, but it is a good sign. And as far as trying to game plan around if somebody else tests positive, Matt LaFleur's not going there.
One thing that we talked about all season long is you got to be ready to adjust. But until you know what you're adjusting to, it's kind of hard to predict. So, I'm not going to focus on things that I have no control over. We're going to focus on playing the LA Rams. We're going to focus on doing the best job that we can to prepare our guys to get ready to play.
6 games into their Big Ten season, Wisconsin has yet to put everything together on offense. They do have 5, 6, or even 7 different guys that can have a big game on any given night. They just haven't done it collectively. Demetric Trice and Micah Potter have been the most consistent, scoring in double figures in all but 1 league game. But after that, it's been hit and miss, which is what happened at Michigan and what they're trying to fix before Friday.
It wasn't Wisconsin basketball. They took us out of our rhythm, out of our offense, what we wanted to do, and that's something that we can't let happen. We got to be able to enforce our own will on other teams.
I don't think we've really had a game in Big Ten play where we've really put all the pieces together. So we're still trying to figure that out, still trying to work the kinks out. That's why you play 20 conference games, is we get some time to figure it out. And there's got to be a sense of urgency.
The Wisconsin women fell to 0-7 in Big Ten play with a 29-point loss to Michigan tonight. Imani Lewis led the way for the Badgers with 9 points and 5 rebounds. The second half of the season is there for the taking for the Badger men's hockey team. Tony Granato finally has a full and healthy squad, but they have to handle their business, starting this weekend with a skate with the Sun Devils. Now, ASU is technically a non-conference opponent, but that doesn't matter to Wisconsin. What does is leaving the ice with 2 wins.
In an exhibition game, we're preparing the same way for this game as we would Minnesota or any other opponent. It's another challenge that's going to be thrown at us this weekend.
We don't want anything less than 2 wins here. That's all we're going for. We'll take it game by game, but yeah, no, I think we definitely remember what we felt after that series, and we don't want it to be happening again.
And that's it for sports. We'll be right back.
Gruber, thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and your love for people. The ability to change lives, and you change mine as well. Thank you so much.
Let my team at Gruber Law Offices take care of you.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Hurry to get $7,250 in total savings on a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay, and we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture.
Start out with neutrals. Use a beige or light gray sofa as your base to build on. Next, mix and match metals and wood. Try adding contrast by using light with dark. Finally, add home-style pillows and unique farmhouse accessories. Play around and have fun. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all means that you call Gruber Law Offices and your case is handled. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. They take care of you completely.
One call, that's all.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The cold weather combined with the pandemic means cabin fever is at an all-time high. To brighten the dark days of winter, Hilldale Shopping Center unveiled a summery surprise today. They're featuring tropical decor and activities. Everything from a tiki bar with live cocktail demos on Tuesday afternoons to events with Forward Madison FC and fun facts about the flamingos you see there. Madison's official bird. The display runs through the end of February.
It's always nice to dream of summer, but right now we've got a lot of snow hitting us, Gary.
Yeah, those flamingos will be snow covered, but most of the accumulating snow I think is about done south of Madison. For areas north of Madison, we might get a little additional accumulation, and probably that should end a little after midnight. You can see visibility right now, 1.5 miles in Madison, but those visibilities are improving to the south with just some flurries, maybe a little patchy freezing drizzle. Winter weather advisory for Dane County and areas to the west and north until 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. for areas west of Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.